Hi guys, Joel Cardwell here. I just wanted to do a quick review of the Spoutible app. As you can see, it will look very familiar to you if you work with probably X, probably Blue Sky, probably Threads to a certain degree. You can see the liked posts, the spouts, which is this app's equivalent of tweets. You can see replies, the replies that I've made. Just a bing. Oh wow, that's super useful. Thank you. And there's some really nice people on this app, I've got to say. There's really nice people like Sabine on there. And some media. Are you better off than you were in 1775? Just a little joke. I haven't done any pods yet, but I've heard the pods feature. I heard a guy yesterday do one on the art of Sun Tzu, and that was fantastic. Really, really impressive stuff. So definitely a wee bit more intellectual than Spaces, a wee bit more like a podcast. So that's Spoutible. I really like it. I like the feel of the app. There are some things where the little whale that splashes or spouts is a little bit slow. You can see we've got viral spouts. This one that's quoting Hillary Clinton is very popular. You will find a lot of Hillary Clinton fans on this app. You will find a lot of democratically aligned people. Here's Jeff Tiedrick. You may know him from Twitter, from X. So, loving to see that. What else have we got going on? Yeah, so then the other stuff is a little bit more like maybe Mastodon with some cat pics, some flower pics, some Easter egg pics, some self pics, selfies. What else have we got going on? It's fairly innocuous stuff, okay? If you're in it for rough and tumble of the X world, then it's not really for you. You can enable news and all your news sources. So I actually will do that. Pretty sure I probably don't need that or that. Probably don't need that. I'm not that into baseball. Mary Claire, I don't really need. NBA, NFL, I don't really need. What else have we got going on here? These are all fairly reasonable sources. Very American-centric, though. So if NHL, I do like a bit of NHL. Very American-centric news sources. We do have the BBC on there, of course. AP. Look, it's reasonable, right? And it's a nice little presetting. And you can also preset categories. So I want to talk about politics on here, technology on here, maybe a bit of arts and entertainment on here. Sports, look like sports, but sports. And again, I don't think there's going to be many sports heads on here, but then you can configure your own news feed. So that, that should work. Hang on. Interesting stuff. Okay. All right. I'll have to get back to that. That might be a glitch. Or maybe I just don't understand. Oh, here we go. All right. So we've got our news. We've got CBS. I mean, that's actually a pretty good feature. Twitter doesn't really do that properly. So that's a pretty good feature. You can see the different viral spouts will be in a little mind map up here, which is actually kind of useful. And Twitter doesn't have anything like that at all. Then we've got a curated tweet. So this is sort of based, I guess, on what I've already been retweeting, maybe? Yeah, music. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's like music and art. What else have I been doing? News. Art. Yeah, okay. That's all right. And then we've got people I'm following. So I'm actually following a lot more people on this app because I'm just new to the app. then follow me. Opposite Atlan to X. And they actually suggest that you do that when you come into Spoutible. They say that there's no algorithm. So there is no algorithm. There's nothing that will push controversial replies or all of the sort of headspace nonsense that you get in X, which sort of disincentivizes a lot of the things I like about X in terms of the cut and thrust, but it does kind of make for a nicer experience. You actually interact with people who are generally civilized. You can see the DMs. I'm still getting dubious DMs from lovely ladies. I'm not sure whether to... I've got one from a friend who's come onto Spoutible. And then you've got notifications. Again, a reasonable amount of notifications for a few days on the app. Quite a few notifications. It did help that Christopher Boozy did re-spout me 3 times. So that does help. And replied to my stuff. So that does help if you're trying to make a name for yourself on the app. I don't have any mentions, unlike X, where I don't like to look at my mentions sometimes. I do have some quotes, and Hillbilly Nana has been going off. Hillbilly Nana has decided that liberal hillbilly from the Great Smoky Mountains, woman of faith, has decided that I'm the bad guy on this app. So Hillbilly Nana, shout out to you. I think you're insane, but you've decided that I'm the bad guy on the app because I am actually on other apps. But that's okay. Hillbilly Nana, good on you. We've got Christopher Boozy quoting my spout. That's very cool. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate you. Appreciate the welcome, the Melbourne welcome onto the application. So that is actually super. I'm really pleased with that. And Christopher's been really welcoming. He has retweeted me on Twitter a couple of times, or on X a couple of times. And I think he's a good guy. I like what he's doing, and I like the app. It does have a different corporate and community culture from Blue Sky, from Threads, from X, from anything else that I've seen. So it's definitely not as fast-paced. I think if you had maybe a lot more followers, it would probably be a wee bit more fast-paced. But it is very American-centric as well. So, but shout out to you, Christopher. Appreciate your app and appreciate what you're doing on here. The other really great feature of this, and I have to say I did enjoy this possibly controversially more than Spaces, just because of the serious topics that are on here. So people are really putting effort into doing like a podcast kind of show on here. We've got Professor Kyle. Shout out to you, Professor Kyle, at Black Cat Prose. You're doing a fiction writing course, and that's really cool. We did have the Art of Sun Tzu, or the Art of War, I think, with Sun Tzu. We had the 1619 Project Book Club, which is actually a couple of days away. A lot of these, again, American-centric. So the time zones are not going to suit the Australian so much. We do have one here, Procrastinator Unite. That is 7:20. So shout out to you, Alex Ruiz at Louis Soy. Thank you for that. That's more of your Australian-friendly time zone. But you can see, you can search the pods. You can see live pods. There's not too many live pods at the moment. You can see ones that have ended, and you can listen to the recordings. So again, we've got Introduction to the Art of War by Sun Tzu, and shout out to Anthony Lee at Anthony Lee on Spoutible for that one. And we can see that book club's there. There's a whole bunch of other stuff there. Oscars analysis, Sussex Squad. So you've got the Prince Harry fans. Live, we don't have anything going on live, mainly because it's, I don't know. It's a little bit sparse, but that's okay. It'll grow. It'll grow. So that's that. Then you've got the Making Waves. Now, Making Waves is the spouts that are making waves. And you can see, as opposed to the millions of spouts, millions of tweets that you get on X, you've got like Love with 13 spouts, Time, Trump. So it's not I mean, trending. You've got spouting classics, so that's like music. Spouting music is music. It's like if you're into music, it's kind of okay. But again, for spouts, I do love a bit of Marvin Gaye, so I will like this. We'll echo that. Shout out to you, Brad Lovett, whoever you are. Working 9 to 5. Near Dolly Parton's hometown. Radio guide, tourism marketer, tour guide, classic pop culture. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. So I love to see that, you know, and these are interesting people, right? We got Stevie Wonder, that's another great track. And I'll give that a shout out as well. So we got Lisa Marie. Shout out to you. Little old lady, loves her Stevie Wonder. Can't go wrong with that. So cheers to you, Lisa. Appreciate you. So that's kind of good. No, we like that. We like that very much. So yeah, we've got, look, I mean, it's small, it's growing. We can explore the app. Again, a little bit slow on the, yeah, a little bit slow, but it's okay. And you can search spouts, so I can see if I've been mentioned. I don't think I've been mentioned. Oh, maybe we... No, I don't think that's me. All right. So I haven't been mentioned, so that's good. Unlike X, where I search that and it goes nuts. We've got, you know, not much going on there. So you can search the pods. You can search for anything there. So not a bad feature, that. So with the Explore or Search. And we do have a DM system, which, unlike Blue Sky, you can actually do something with. So you can search users, you can add users to groups, only up to 20, but 20 is probably the sweet spot for message groups anyway, to be perfectly honest. I do have one on X, which is about 70 people, but it gets a little bit overwhelming. So having, 20 people per room is not a bad limit to have. You can just send a message. You can search users here. You can search through your old DMs and so on and so forth. So it's not a bad feature, I'd like larger rooms, to be honest. But, you know what? I can live with that. I can live with split to 20 people per room. I mean, that makes sense. And then you can bookmark stuff, just like you can on X. I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure I will. And, I mean, that's a pretty tidy feature as well. We also have display settings, so you can go from light to dark. I prefer the dark. I might want a slightly larger font. Disable GIF autoplay. Look, to be honest, I used to do that on X because there was a lot of disturbing shit on there, but it's not as bad on Spoutible. Look, got the option, right? We can see we've got all my details. We've got Joel Cardwell, we've got the email address, phone number, website, monetization, Patreon. Shout out to me on Patreon. Please flick us $1 or $2 if you like this review. And we've got about you, I'm on Resist Radio, blah, blah, blah. Gender male, time zone. Oh, you can configure your message retention, which is good because you can't do that on X. And I've got like literally thousands of messages from years and years and years of messages, and I cleared them out periodically a while back, and there's still thousands of them. So having a retention period is really super useful. You can, and I should, turn on two-factor authentication. You've got the password. You've got notifications, news settings, which is what we were looking at before. I can configure notifications. At the moment, I've got them all on because it's a small account, but if it was a big account, I'd turn them all off. We have got enhanced protection, anti-abuse settings. Oh, yeah. Look, that's actually pretty useful. I'd probably like that on Twitter. I don't see the use of it. Oh, you know what? I will actually do that. Yeah. I'm going to change that setting. Yeah. That'll help me in future if I grow this account. So that's actually, that's a feature that we do not have on X. Would be a good feature to have on X. We've got account privacy. So account privacy, Again, I'm trying to grow this account, so I probably don't care about this, but if you're concerned about your privacy, you can't change those things, right? So that's super useful. What else have we got going on? We have got muted users, so you can manage your muted user list. You can block people, but I don't think you've got block lists. So I've muted this geezer. I don't even know why I've muted this geezer. I think it doesn't even matter. John Bolton's mustache, shout out to you. Seem to be doing all right. Sarcasm is my superpower. Well, obviously I don't appreciate that, but that's all right. That's okay. Different strokes for different folks. And we've got English, Australia, Melbourne, so you can change that based on where you are. And you can delete your account. Just flat out delete it if you're sick of this shit. But it's not. It's really good. It's really good. Look, it's a really tidy app. It's got great features. If you're concerned about privacy, it has ways of protecting that. It has a reasonable amount of engagement for a small app. And I say small compared to X. X has obviously been around for a long time, like 15 years or whatever it is. It has a huge user base. A lot of the major news networks are on there, but a lot of the major news networks are on here. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Are you better off than you were in 1775? Are you better off than you were in 2009? I don't know. But with Spoutible, I can see a good future here. Joel Cardwell's going to stay on Spoutible. I'm not going to get bullied off. I've been blocked 4 times so far. But, hey, I've been blocked many thousands of times on X. And I've blocked many thousands of times on X. So it's a similar journey. This one, I'm going to focus more on the music and the AI, but less on the politics. There's not as much cut and thrust. We've got some AI art that I've created. Quite enjoyed that process. You can play around with prompts and stuff like that on Bing. That was actually really enjoyable. Got a couple of people interested in that. Oh, and the other feature. So I'll just put in a message. Just did a review of Spoutible. Stay tuned. And I'll put that in there. And that'll be good. I'll put a little GIF in there. Maybe I'll put a whale. Let's have a look. A little bit slow on the GIF land. Little bit slow on the GIF lens, so that didn't work out so well. All right. That, to be honest, they can do a bit better with that feature. Actually, I will check my connection. Maybe it's my connection. So I want this to work. Yep. Okay, so my connection was slow. All right, so my bad, Christopher. You're doing okay. So we'll put a whale in there. A nice looking GIF. Nice looking setup. You've got images you can add, so you can upload an image, you can upload a video. You can change who can reply to that. You can put in little emojis, stuff like this. You can put in polls, although I can't because I've already put a GIF in there. We've got adding collaborators threads, which is super useful. Something that X doesn't have, and you can actually add more people to your threads and build threads together, and that's a lot of fun. You've got Blue Sky cross-posting. You've got Mastodon cross-posting, but you can only post to mastodon.social, mastodon.online, and not many people are on those. I'm not on those, so that sucks. Otherwise, I'd be reposting to Mastodon because I don't really use Mastodon. But you can cross-post to Blue Sky, and I will do a review on Blue Sky a bit later on. But not yet. We'll keep it one per week or so. But yeah, I think these are fantastic features. A little bit old-fashioned on the emojis. Don't really mind that. Emojis are emojis. I'm going to send that spout. And hopefully it doesn't take too long. Again, not sure about my connection. Yeah, so we've added that to the timeline. Again, a little bit slow on the uptake there. Not sure if that's my connection. It could be my connection. And that's gone out there. That looks pretty tidy. We've got our echoes. So that's your spouts, I guess. And you can quote spout stuff as well. So if I want to quote spout stuff, I can just go in there and do a quote spout like that. So that brings it up, and then you have a quote, and then you have a thing over the top of that. And you will find a lot of people reply to you with quote spouts, which on Twitter is pretty obnoxious when people do that, but here apparently it was the only way they could reply, so they will still do that, and that's okay. On Twitter, that's super rude, but that's all right. That's all right. Maybe Hillbilly Nana has a chance of redeeming herself. But that's Spoutible. It looks good. It looks good. Oh, and we'll just test that cross-feature function. So we'll go over to Blue Sky, and we'll have a look and see whether we've got something on there. You can see that one was cross-posted. I've got a lot of... Okay, what was that? Ooh, hello, No Cap Kitten. Hello. Maybe that'll make my review go viral. We've got... just did a review of Spoutible. Stay tuned. So that's come across. The GIF hasn't come across, so images will come across. GIFs won't come across. And again, that's just a little bit of quality control. Christopher Boozy, I appreciate you. You've done a brilliant job. But yeah, it would be nice if GIFs could come across. That would be really cool. But this is a total bonus feature. Thank you, No Cap Kitten. Thank you very much. And we've got Blue Sky sitting here. So stay tuned for a Blue Sky review. That will be coming up. But back here, less boobs. More of a sensible app. Maybe, unless I can do something about it. And we've got a lot going on in here. So thank you to everyone that I've mentioned. Thank you to Mr. Christopher Boozy. I do hope to see more of you on this app. Thank you to my 83 followers. And have a really great rest of your day.